All right, probably one of the more remarkable people I've interviewed over my very remarkable career is Tony Robbins. And I tell you that because, you know, he's very big on inspiring people, but I was just reviewing some of the various lists he's made, not only on the Worth Global 100, that's just out, right?
Yes.
Forbes Top 100 Celebrity Ranking, 5 million social media followers, 4 million people have attended his live seminars, top 6 business leaders in the world. I could go on and on and on. So when he talks about something, corporate America listens, powerful people listens, average folks listen. So you be just the guy to talk about this collective funk our nation's going through.
Yes.
And I want to peek at the markets, Tony, a second, because that also addresses a separate concern. We're up a little bit more than 13 points, but the markets have been going nowhere fast this year, collectively, and with very little individual participation. And I'm told when I talk to young people, Tony, because they think the system's rigged and they're pessimistic, and their parents feel even worse. They think that their kids aren't going to do nearly as well as they are.
There's no question. We're in a low emotionally. And I think what's really missing, Neil, is vision. I mean, as corny as it sounds, everyone needs a compelling future. Everyone needs something to move towards. If you don't have something to move towards, you settle for where things are, and you get upset with where things are. And if you think about our country, at various stages we had a vision. Kennedy brought a vision. It's like we're going to go to the moon, right? You know, various stages people have vision. We're going to bring back America. What's our vision right now? To pay our bills, to somehow manage to keep borrowing enough money or printing.
Vision? He resonates with anger.
Yeah, I think that anger is because people want a vision of something getting done. And right now, I think our biggest challenge, honestly, is demonization on both sides. Both sides just saying the other side's horrible and not being able to cooperate, so nothing gets done. The American people are done with it.
But you're punished within your respective parties if you do cooperate.
I know you are. That's part of the system. So where is the bully pulpit? Where is that person to step in who can say, listen, we have to work together. This is insane. We're here to serve the people. Somebody who can get both sides to come together. Because historically, you know as well as I do, these guys used to fight like hell and then go have a beer together.
Right.
Now they fight like hell and they don't speak to each other.
But how do you snap people out of a funk? When you do management seminars and companies pay it big money to get you to help their troops.
I teach people that we all have habits, right? Most people are conditioned to be frustrated right now, pissed off, sorry, stressed. And they have a highway to stress, and they've got maybe a dirt road to happiness. And I show people how to literally wire yourself so that your nervous system starts to go that place. And it's not about being positive. It's about being smart. When you're in a lousy state, you treat other people poorly, your family poorly, you perform poorly. When you're in your best state, you're going to use your capabilities more. But right now, we're missing a compelling future. We're missing somebody saying, this is what we're going to do and how we're going to do it.
Do you ever look at the way people feel about this market? One of the reasons why they're cynical and jaded about it is they think it's a rigged game. Then lo and behold, I know you look into this and working on a whole new book on just how this system is rigged in terms of fees and everything else that rob them of the gains they might otherwise see.
Well, let's look at the most important area for the average person. Where do they have their money that they're going to hopefully have dignity and freedom to retire on? It's their home and it's their 401k. And if you look at the 401k side, the level of abuse, Obama's been talking about, $17 billion in hidden fees. That's the minimum they look at. I'll tell you that I got incensed. When I wrote this book, I interviewed 50 of the smartest people in the world, the Ray Dalios, the Paul Tudor Jones, the Warren Buffetts. And what they kept steering me back towards is, Tony, most people have their money in the 401k, and the fees there alone, just like we know compounded interest creates growth, compounded fees destroys their future. So I'll give you an example. For 30 years, this industry has not even had to report what they charged you. 3 years ago, they had it reported. So now they do 50-page documents no one can figure out. So I created something called showmethefees.com, where you can actually go and see what your fees are. And here's why it's important. 65% of our population thinks they pay no fees. 1% in fees costs you 10 years of income at the end. So I'll give you an example.
They turn around, Tony, and say, yeah, for those fees, you get great returns.
But it's just not true. Let's look at it. If you would put your money away and get a return, you want to get the best track record performance and the least cost. We both know that's index. Warren Buffett will tell you it's index funds. And so what happens, most of these 401ks don't even offer them. They say you're not big enough for middle and small businesses. But also, there was one the other day I looked at. We do these analysis, and it's a large company. I won't mention them. They say, we do have Vanguard. We'll give you Vanguard. Well, their Vanguard was 149 basis points, 1.5%. In ours, it's 0.05, right? It's 0.05 of a basis point.
And the irony of Vanguard is it's a no-fee structure.
Anyway. That's my point.
Right.
So they're charging 1.5 points for something you can get off the shelf. But check this out. That's 30 times more expensive. So do you want a Honda Accord for $900,000 or do you want it for $30,000? People are buying the same product and paying 30 times more than they can imagine. So I believe in transparency. You get it in front of people and they can begin to create a change.
All right. Any presidential candidate you like?
It's too early. I'm still trying to get to know them all and see what's really real. Everybody
You should
can promise.
make them all walk on coals and see who survives. That would be
That's our real test.
There's a go. Tony Robbins, thank you very,
Thanks for
very
having me on,
much.
Neil.